Good evening and welcome to tonight's Hofstra Women's Basketball Postgame Press Conference with head coach Danielle Santos-Atkinson, Sorella Neza, and Brandy Thomas. Coach, give us your thoughts following that win over Towson.
I am just so proud of this team and these ladies in their preparation and how hard they have worked. We have asked them to continue to work, to believe, to trust this process, and it hasn't been easy. It has not been easy, and a lot of teams could have folded a long time ago. A lot of teams could have given in. We talked about in that Monmouth game how hard they prepared going into that Monmouth game. We didn't get the result that we wanted. They could have folded after that, but they came right back out in this entire week, this preparation that they have put in to prepare for this game, mentally and physically, paid off. We did some great things in this game. There was some adversity, but what I liked is our growth, that through that adversity, we didn't fall apart. We stayed together, we stayed confident, we continued to work. We were beat up today. We had people come in and give some great minutes, but these two right here, they carried us in so many ways in their play on the floor, but also in their leadership. And that's what's changed this team, and that has been the difference in our last few games.
Questions?
Sorella, we sat here a year ago and got to watch you make a game winner. Now that possession getting to be the one that sets up the game-winning shot, just kind of take me through what that possession looked like for you.
So I saw the lane and I was like, we need a three. And B, that's her sweet spot. So she hits those shots every day in practice. She yelled my name, I turned around, I saw her, boom. She hit it. She made those shots every day. That was easy.
Okay. Brandy, it was a night for you. Obviously, you've had a lot of great offensive performances this year, but this was a night that clearly you had taken a couple big hits in the game a couple different times. What did you have to fight through physically to get a shot like that, and also a really contested shot at the end too?
Just trailing. I followed the play. I went to go set the screen for So-So. I seen all three people go to her. I was like, well, three people on one person. Somebody's open. I'm open. I'm screaming Sorella's name. She passes it to me. I hit the shot.
Sorella, back when you clocked in at over 20 points, what were you seeing and feeling today?
We've been working so hard, and it was time for us to get rewarded. And my teammates, my coaches just believe in me every single day in practice and just make the shots. Yeah.
Coach, how important was it to fight the full court press and make sure you guys score in the fast break, or at least break down the full court press and get behind the defense?
Yeah, I thought there was a moment in there where we were a little shaky, right? And we've seen this. I talked to the team. We've seen this story over and over again, right? We're replaying this movie in our head, but it was different this time, right? They were able to pull it together. We didn't have those string of turnovers where we've had it in the past or where we've come down. We came down. There are a few possessions we didn't score. Again, when we've had that in the past, few possessions we don't score, the other team could go up 8, 10, 15 just like that. But we buckled down in the possessions that we didn't score. We were able to turn right around and get the stop. The press, again, we had 17 turnovers, but a lot of those were in the first half. And so I thought in the second half, we did a much better job with the press. Coming out of the press, we were able to gather ourselves, get ourselves in a better rhythm to then be able to go and score.
Coach, I think this team has been on more fire in this second quarter than I've ever seen. What were you seeing from the team, and how can they repeat that going forward?
Yeah, the crazy thing about the second quarter is we were so beat up. There were lineups in there in that second quarter that we don't normally practice with, that we don't normally play with. We had people come in and give great minutes, and it doesn't always show up in a stat line. It doesn't always show up from a statistical standpoint, but being able to come in to get big time rebounds, to be able to defend and understand defensively, philosophically what it is that we're trying to do schematically in this game, that was huge for us. To be able to come in and find the right people and make the right cuts, that was huge. And so I thought in that second quarter, we had some people come in, and Kaylee and Alarise and Nay, they came in and they gave some big time minutes in that second quarter. We've got people that are coming off that bench and playing with a lot of confidence. Again, whether it shows up in the stat sheet or not, they're playing great minutes, and it was great to see them be able to put that together and to be able to play with that kind of confidence.
Obviously, the offense at the end is going to be the story, but that's a top 5 offense in the conference that you just played one of the better defensive games of the year against. What were some of the takeaways defensively that you're going to look forward to after this game?
We make it really tough for people to score. We do. Where we have gotten ourselves in trouble is we've given up the offensive rebounds. And so for the first half, majority of the game, we held them off. They only had second chance points. So when we're able to play defense like we know we can play and get those stops and only hold them to one shot, then now we have a better chance at holding people at the field goal percentage defensive wise that we're able to hold them to. We force them into some tough shots. When we give up offensive rebounds and allow those second chance shots, well then now we're shooting at 50%, right? And so I thought we did a much better job of keeping them off of the boards. There were some, they have 13, but there were some possessions where they got multiple in one possession. And again, only seven second chance points. And so again, with that, I attribute that to how hard they work defensively, how hard they work together defensively. And again, our boxing out today and having almost 50 rebounds, that's huge.
Obviously, the buzzer beater, Brandy, is going to be the one that I'm sure you remember, everybody's going to remember. But walk me through that one of the shots towards the end. You get an inbound in after you had a couple possessions as the shot clock's winding down. You hit that float away off the side of the glass. It's a tough ankle shot. Just walk me through that possession.
The play before that, we had tried that same play, and thankfully we got the ball back after. I forget how, but she kind of clapped in my face. I'm like, yeah, she's just so happy to guard me and get a stop, and I was like, okay. So I feed off energy like that. Okay, so I just turn around. She cut me off. I turn around, do a turnaround jump shot, and I bang out the glass. That's my sweet spot too. So
competitive.
Sorrel, how important was it for you to pick up when she went down and then she came off and then finished the game out for the team?
One thing Brandy does for me in practice is tell me be aggressive, Sorrel, keep going, keep being aggressive. And today I saw her, she went down. I was like, I gotta be aggressive. I gotta keep going. And I heard her all game. She was talking to me, and we're talking to each other. So we had each other's back, and we knew what we had to do.
Coach, you mentioned earlier the push through adversity. Where do you see this team going forward, going into this weekend's Stony Brook match?
Yeah, we're going to keep working. We're not going to take any steps backwards. We know the potential of this team. We know what we have. We know how hard we can work. They're starting to figure it out and put it together. And as we continue to do that, we know our goals. We know what we're trying to accomplish. It's a process, and we're growing in this process. And as we continue to grow in this process, we're going to continue to compete. And if they continue to compete for 40 minutes, like we did today, we're looking to compete come Sunday.
If there are no more questions, this concludes tonight's post-game press conference. Coach, Brandy, Sorrel, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.